Hello and welcome to the High Performance Gardening Show. My name's Lynn Gillespie and I'm the creator of the Abundance Gardening course and the Leafy Greens Container Gardening course. Would you like to learn how to grow all the organic nutrient-dense produce you need to feed 3 people in only 15 minutes a day? How about a garden that is weed-free, never needs rototilled, and will fit into 128 square feet? This is about the size of 3 king-size beds. If you said yes, then you are in the right place. Thank you for tuning in. This will be a lot of fun, and you're going to learn tons about the new gardening paradigm that can make you a superstar in one season. I'm excited to share my garden with you. Over the next 33 weeks, I'm going to show you how I can grow over $2,500 worth of nutrient-dense organic produce in just 128 square feet. So over these next 33 weeks, you're going to learn how the new gardening paradigm can change the way you garden forever. The 12 characteristics of a high-performance garden and how to implement them. You'll learn that you can create an amazing high-performance garden in your backyard that will be the envy of the neighborhood. And you'll learn how a small investment in an education can yield you over $32,500 in food savings. You're also going to learn my professional gardening techniques that will increase your yield while reducing your work. You're going to learn how to create the most nutrient-dense food that you cannot buy anywhere, and how to finally have a weed-free garden the entire season, and how to preserve the excess produce to eat in the wintertime. So may I tell you a little bit about myself? I grew up in a row garden in Denver, Colorado. My folks had a garden. They had greenhouses. When I got married, I moved to the western slope of Colorado and moved on to the family farm. The family farm is 210 acres right now. And the farm grows, we have animals. We have turkeys, ducks, chickens, cows, pigs, sheep, and goats. That's what's on the farm right now. We grow small grains for the animals, we grow hay, and we have lots of vegetable gardens. So when I moved onto the farm, I wanted to grow organic food for my family. So what I did, like my parents taught me, is I went out and started a row garden, and that doggone thing about killed me. It was way too hard. So I wanted to do something different with my gardening system, but I also wanted to raise my family at home. So with my folks having a greenhouse business, I started a greenhouse business on the farm so I could raise the kids right here. So I tried all kinds of gardening systems, and finally I created my own system. And this system, we now operate 20,000 square feet of indoor and outdoor gardens, and we create food for our family, for our CSA, our local grocery stores, and our farm-to-table restaurant that's now run by my son. So let's get started and learn about the new gardening paradigm. So take the image or idea you have about gardening and just blow that up in your head. We are going to erase everything you know about gardening, and we're going to start fresh. I actually like to teach beginners better because they don't have all this old gardening information in their head. So we're not going to do your grandma's old-fashioned row garden. It's an archaic garden system that is way outdated and does not work for our modern lifestyle. We need a garden that fits into our tiny backyards, something we can do with very few tools. Hardly anybody owns a rototiller these days. A garden that takes less than 15 minutes out of our busy schedules and has very high yields of nutrient-dense organic foods. So would you have 15 minutes a day to spend on such a garden? If you can set aside 15 minutes a day, then we can do this. I know why you're skeptical. Most garden systems cannot deliver such yields in such a small amount of time. But I've been growing my gardens this way for decades, and I have taught many, many people how to grow gardens like this. This show is your opportunity to see this unfolding before your eyes. This is your opportunity to have such a garden at your house. So what makes this garden system so special? A high-performance garden has 12 distinguishing characteristics that we hold it to, so it performs at a high level of ease and production. So here's the 12 characteristics of a high-performance garden. Number 1, in harmony with nature. Everything we do in these gardens is totally organic from start to finish. We have living creatures in the soil. They're going to do the work for us, and we don't want to hurt them, and they need it to be organic. Number 2, it's disease and insect resistant. Once the plants have a good strong base and good nutrients, they tend to not catch diseases, and the insects tend to leave them alone. Not to say you'll be totally without disease and insects, but the incidence goes way down, which is great. These gardens, because they're small and we can mulch them and take good care of them, we can be totally weed free. You'll see by the end of the show we have a handful of weeds after 33 weeks, so it's very, very few. This garden, it takes very little time. The garden is so small and compact, and we're not spending our time weeding, that it's going to take you very little time. Most of your time is going to be spent planting and harvesting, which is the fun part anyways. So number 5, there's very little inputs. When we're going organically, we get nature to do the work. We're adding some compost and some minerals, and the garden is just yielding tons and tons of vegetables. Number 6 is very few tools. We can do these gardens just with our hands. We don't have to have any tools at all. Sometimes I like a few tools, a little trowel or a rake, so I don't break off my fingernails, but we can do the entire garden with just our hands. Number 7 is well planned. In order for this garden to produce a high yield and to come off well, we have to plan it from start to finish, and I will show you my plan here in a little bit. Number 8 is succession planting. When one plant gets old and tired, we put in another one, and we keep things rolling all season long. One of the beauties of this garden is we'll have lettuce, 1 to 2 pounds of lettuce, the entire 33 weeks. We never stop. Most people will plant their lettuce, it bolts on them about 10 weeks later, and they never have lettuce the rest of the season. Nope, not us. All season. It's awesome. Number 9 is extending the growing season. With just a few tools, some covers and an easy trellis, we can extend our garden season by 8 weeks. So we can add 4 in the front and 4 on the back minimum. So we can really extend our season. Number 10 is we utilize all the space. In a row garden, you leave big long swaths so you can run the rototiller down the middle. Not in this garden, everything's packed together. We just have walking aisles around. Number 11 is they create huge yields. If these gardens aren't putting out, they're not worth doing. These gardens are going to put out way more than you could ever believe. And number 12 is fun. If it's not fun, we're not going to do it. Life's too short, so the gardens will be fun. So those are the 12 characteristics that we hold our gardens to, and they are a ton of fun. So we utilize all these characteristics throughout the season to create a garden with high yields and very little work. So today we're going to start with number 7. High performance garden characteristic number 7 is that all gardens are well planned. The key to a great garden is to plan it out from the beginning all the way to the end of the season. So this week I will share with you my garden plan that we will use for gardening this year. So I want to tell you a little bit about the garden plan that I've decided on for this year. So all great diets start with nutrient-dense fruits and vegetables. So whether you're vegan, vegetarian, paleo, gluten-free, you eat on the GAPS diet, South Beach, all these great diet plans have nutrient-dense fruits and vegetables at the core. A common theme for these diets is to eliminate the processed foods and refined carbohydrates and increase the nutrient-dense fruits and vegetables. So in the past, my family ate on a gluten-free, dairy-free diet because of food allergies. In the last 4 years, we've been eating on the paleo diet and have had great success eating this way. So this is going to be my paleo plan. This plan will work for anyone who wants to eat lots of vegetables and get great nutrients. So I'm going to grow food according to Dr. Terry Wall's study on how to get the best combination of nutrients from our foods. Her basic philosophy is that all chronic diseases such as heart disease, diabetes, cancer, autoimmune diseases are all based on a combination of diet, toxic exposure, and our activity level. So if we give our cells what they need to function properly, then they will keep us functioning properly. So what do we give our cells and how do we get it? So Dr. Wall recommends 9 cups of vegetables and colorful fruits each day. She recommends 3 cups of leafy greens, 3 cups of sulfur-rich vegetables, and 3 cups of color-rich fruits and vegetables. So the goal of these 9 cups is to add what the cells need and to eliminate what interferes with their function. So the leafy greens add an amazing amount of vitamins, especially B, A, C, and K. The color-rich fruits and vegetables contains a lot of antioxidants. And the sulfur-rich vegetables help to remove toxins and make our joints work better. So when you're eating a lot of vegetables, you will naturally eliminate more of the refined high carbohydrate foods because you have no more room. But I think this is Terry's plan. To be able to afford nutrient-dense organic foods or just to be able to find the best food you can, it can be a little tricky. It's hard if you're not growing your food yourself. I want to grow my garden in honor of Dr. Terry Wall's work and also to grow the most nutrient-balanced vegetable diet. I plan on eating the stuff that I'm going to grow so the food will give me the balanced nutrients that I need for my body to thrive. So this garden will be 1/3 leafy greens, 1/3 color vegetable, and 1/3 sulfur-rich vegetables. So the leafy greens we're going to grow are lettuce, spinach, kale, Swiss chard, bok choy, and shigeku. The sulfur-rich vegetables we're going to grow are cabbage and broccoli, onions, and turnips. And the kale and the bok choy are also sulfur-rich, so they kind of fall in 2 categories for us. The color-rich vegetables we're going to grow are carrots, cucumbers, zucchini, tomatoes, butternut squash, and beets. So here's a picture of the plan. It shows what we are going to grow where and what we will grow next. When the original plants get tired, what we will replace them with so the garden is full all season long. So next, let's go meet the garden. Okay, so here we are in the garden. This is where we're going to grow our vegetables, and this is what's called an abundance garden. And this is one of the gardens that I shot my course in the last couple of years. So this particular garden is 128 square feet of grow space, and this garden is 3 years old, and some of my other gardens, they're over 25 years old. So here's where we're going to make the magic on this show. So let me show you the secret soil. So this is our secret soil. This is a family recipe that's been handed down. My kids are 4th generation to have it. This is the magic that makes these gardens grow so well. The other things we have are the easy trellis. So this is one of our easy trellises. This is in the low position, and if you look in the back, you can see the one in the high position. And these are awesome because, ladies, we can build these without tools. They're so great. If you want the plan for these, it's up on our website. You can go up there and get it. So the next thing I want to talk about is the succession planting. This garden's going to be full the entire season, and one plant's going to be planted after another, so we have continual production. So this garden can grow over $2,500 worth of food, over 740 pounds, and we will not pull up more than a handful of weeds, and we will not spend more than 15 minutes a day in this garden, unless you want to. I mean, you could bring your lawn chair out or something and just enjoy the garden. So, okay, let me show you the plan of how this is going to work this year. Okay, so I have my plan written out here. So first we're going to start with this section. All these beds are divided into what we call units. There's 8 units out here. So if you look at this one here, this is 1 unit. So if you imagine the bed in the back divided into 4 sections, so this is 1 unit. So this is going to start with spinach, and then we're going to plant our tomatoes in later. So spinach is our cool season, and then the tomatoes. This next section here, this one, is going to grow shigeku, which is a Japanese green. I want to introduce you guys to it because it is such an amazing food. You're going to love it. And also we're going to have cabbage in here. So shigeku first, and then the cabbage. This next one, This is going to have cucumbers in the back. They're going to grow up the trellis. We'll grow everything vertical so that we don't waste garden space and we get better production because things are up in the air and not rotting on the ground. This is going to have carrots in the front. We grow the most amazing carrots. They're so sweet. You're going to love them. Next, this is the fourth unit in this back row. This is going to grow more spinach. So we're going to take extra spinach and we're going to show you how to put that in the freezer, because spinach doesn't like to grow in the summer. It doesn't like to grow in the winter. So we're going to get that to where we have a little stash in the freezer so that we can have spinach year round. And then we're going to put in our zucchini plant here. 1 zucchini plant, not 10. 1 will feed us. That's all we need to do. So that's what's going to grow in this back section. And then in the front section, okay, starting on the far corner, we're going to have our broccoli, and then we're going to have our kale, going to have our bok choy, our Swiss chard, and then this section here is going to have our butternut squash, and they're going to grow up. The leaves are going to be like this. There'll be squash dangling. It's so gorgeous. But before we get to the squash, we're going to have the beets. The beets are going to grow first. We're going to eat the beets and then the squash. It'll be so awesome. And the last section here, this one, we're going to divide this one into 4 sections. It's going to be divided into 4. And we're going to plant 1 section of lettuce every 3 weeks. Round and round and round and round we go all season long. And guess what? We'll have lettuce all season long. The easy trellis here will stay on. It'll protect it from the frost. And then we're also going to put shade cloth on to protect the lettuce from the heat, because in here we can hit over 100 degrees middle of the day. Lettuce is not so keen on that. But we're going to start with turnips right here in the corner. As the lettuce comes around, the turnips will ripen and around will go. So anyhow, I want to show you a few pictures of the garden the last few years so you can kind of see what this sucker can do. Okay, so did you enjoy those pictures of the garden? I wanted you to have a little garden porn so you can daydream about what you're going to put in your backyard. So why am I willing to share with you my best kept garden secrets for the last 29 years? So my mission is to change the way people are eating, to get to the root of our degenerative diseases and to start to heal people, to show people how easy it can be to grow their own nutrient-dense foods, add enjoyment to their lives, and to give them the life skill that they can pass down to the next generation. You know, we're not passing down our gardening skills. Well, we don't want to pass down the old gardening skills. These are the gardening skills we want to pass down. So this is what I want you to teach your kids. So I'm willing to share this gardening system with you if you will promise me to do 3 things. 1, learn to grow some food. How about starting today? It all starts with your education. 2, share what you've grown and share your stories. Start talking about gardening. Get people excited. When you grow those zucchinis and those cucumbers and they are running you over, share them. You're going to have extra spinach. Share that. And the other thing I want you to do is to teach 3 other people how to grow food. It's super important that we get people back into the gardens. We teach them a system that they can handle. We don't want anybody in the old row gardens that's going to frustrate them. We want them in these so they can be successful the first season. If you learn how to garden this way, you can save over $2,500 annually off of your grocery bill. And if you teach 3 other people how to do this, then they can save $2,500 annually off of their grocery bill. And now we're at $10,000 savings in just 1 year. And if they in turn teach 3 other people, that's 9 more people at a savings of $22,500 plus the $10,000 that the original 4 people saved. Now we're at $32,500 per year. That's an amazing amount of savings that we can create. And you take that and you times it by 10 years, and these 13 people could save $325,000 just off their grocery bill. That's incredible. This is the power you have with this garden and your teaching. So what could you do with an extra $2,500 per year? I could think of a few things. So not only are you getting the best food on the planet, having fun, you're saving money too. But does it get any better than this? Yes, you can share with other people so they can have the same thing, just like I'm sharing with you today. You can do this. You can learn to garden, share your produce, share your stories, and teach 3 other people to do the same. Just think what a better world this would be if we all just grew a high-performance garden. Hey, to make this fun, I'll do a new gardening challenge. The investment to get my best high-performance garden course, the Abundance Garden course, is $299, and this is a tiny amount compared to what you can save even in the first year of your garden. So for this show, I'm going to take the challenge of growing 10 times the cost of the course to show you that you can really save lots of money from this education, and the garden will be nutrient balanced to give me the best nutrients that I need. This is a definite win-win. I've never tried to push the Abundance Garden to make $2,990 worth of produce in one season. And to make this a little bit more challenging, I'm willing to use the same prices as 2 years ago, and I will grow the garden in the same 33 weeks and in the same 128 square feet. So we're just going to do this entire garden and see if we can grow $2,990 worth of food. So I love a great challenge, so this is going to be fun. So if this sounds like fun to you and you want to have the best organic nutrient-dense produce and save thousands of dollars off your grocery bill, then stay tuned. We will grow amazing food and have a great time. So if you want more information, go to our website at thelivingfarm.org/high-performance-garden/. That's a good title. So if you know of anyone else who would like to learn how to grow a high-performance garden, save thousands of dollars off their grocery bill, and have a great time, and create a garden that will be the envy of the neighborhood, please share this link with them. They'll be glad that you did. Just take the link in the description below and share it on your favorite social media network or send it out in some emails. I would appreciate you getting a few more folks so we can share this awesome garden. Okay, our plan is made, our challenge is set. So next week we plant. Yahoo! Until next time, may your garden be easy, fun, productive, and always organic.